Hello, everyone. My name is Jane Lowe. I'm Managing Director of IR Department, and it's also my pleasure to support Race Oncology on Investor Relations. Today, we've announced some very important news regarding changes to Race's leadership. With me to discuss the news are Dr. Daniel Tillett. Hello, Daniel.
Hello, Jane.
Hello, and also Damian Clarke-Bruce. Hi, Damian.
Hi, Jane. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Thanks to you both for joining me. Okay, so Daniel, we might start with you. Perhaps I'll ask you to talk through what was in today's announcement.
So today's announcement is that I'm moving on from Race. I'm resigning as Executive Director and CSO and handing over the amazing program we have at Race to the team that's I've helped put together over the last 3.5 years. So it's a personally sad day for me, but I think it's the right time and it's the right thing to do for everyone, all shareholders and the patients and the team ultimately.
There's never a good time, but
no, it's a matter of choosing when the time is best. And now is the best time. The structures are in place, teams in place, strategies in place. And it's up to the team to build and take this forward and turn the vision, I guess, maybe I brought to Race many years ago and take it forward to the next stage.
So you've become known for your very open and honest approach. Can you talk a bit more about why it is that you decided to move on?
Yeah, it's the right time. So for me, for the shareholders, the team, everything's in place. You know, the opportunity's there, and the opportunity is truly amazing opportunity, far bigger and better than I could ever have wished for when I first joined Race, and it just continues to grow. Everything I learn about Zantrene and the opportunity we have with this drug is just, really is something that is a kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So, as I mentioned before, I'm sad to see you're not going to be part of it, but I will remain as a major shareholder, and I will keep, supporting the company and seeing, trying to make the team succeed at, and help wherever I can.
Yeah, and that'll be highly valued. I mean, being able to reach out to Daniel and I'm sure touch base every now and then, it's something I'm definitely going to rely on.
Daniel, is there anything further you'd like to add based on reasons given in the announcement today?
Only that shareholders' interest always comes first. When you're a director, it's not an easy job, and many times you have to make decisions that maybe conflict with your own personal wishes and desires versus the interest of the shareholders, and it's always the shareholders that have to come first. And in this particular case, I've put the shareholders' interests ahead of my own personal interests. I believe the team's in place, the structures are in place, makes it the opportune time for me to step aside and see the company still go on and succeed. And that's what I want to see more than anything else.
You've mentioned that you remain supportive of the team and the opportunity that Zantrene offers. You just talk a bit more around the opportunity and how you see, things rolling.
Yeah, the opportunity, when I first arrived, the opportunity was, as a sort of an old chemotherapeutic drug, may be useful in AML, sort of a secondary type drug. It's relatively small opportunity, and it's grown over the time. You've had the FTO opportunity, which is just massive. You've then had in more recent times the cardiac protection, which is the more we investigate that opportunity, the more we talk to KOLs, the more we talk to people in the industry, the larger and more massive that opportunity becomes, and the impact on patients. Anthracyclines are, the most widely used class of anti-cancer drugs. More than 20 million doses a year are given, and every dose causes damage to the heart of the patients. Sometimes a little, sometimes a lot. And when you have a drug like that and you can affect the results of that, that has the ability to affect millions of patients around the world, not only in rich countries, but in many poor countries that just don't have access to many of the super modern drugs. They're relying on things like anthracyclines, like doxorubicin and the like. and to be able to influence that and give a better quality of life to patients is just an amazing opportunity, both for the shareholders and for the patients. And to have had part of a role in developing that's just, really is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Well, I know we're all very grateful to you for everything that you've done in that regard. I might just move to Damian. So Damian, great to have the chance to speak with you and Daniel in the same room, which obviously shows some confidence between the two of you. Can you talk? Can you talk to what Daniel has brought to the business and his achievements during his time at Race?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of the founding reasons actually that I came on board to Race myself. I sat back and watched many of the videos, collaborative videos between Phil and Daniel, and I guess the scientific story that he's built around, I guess, the business, but very much Zantrene. But really, he's kind of like prosecuted this to be able to give us some clear directions moving forward. And as he just said, it's a remarkable opportunity to be in, that we can impact so many patients' lives. And with the preclinical and clinical baseline that Daniel and the team have set up, the team that Daniel has set up, amazing team, some really, really good people. We're now in that we have the opportunity to be able to evolve the business, to be able to commercialize the program and really get out and touch and educate and make people more aware of, the product, our program, and really how we can support patients across the world. So, I mean, his legacy will be the impact on the patients down the track that get the access and opportunity for Zantrene. You got to tick some boxes here in terms of, identifying the cardioprotection trend within our data. I mean, that's key. I've just come back from the American College of Cardiology. I have met with a number of cardiologists, oncologists, hemo-oncologists. They really see an opportunity here. The science is real, and this is something that we need to explore and really be able to get into the clinic, to test that and quantify it. But it's gained a lot of international support really quickly, and that wouldn't have happened without Daniel, picking this up. And really the support he's given me over this period of time to go out and have the confidence to talk to those people.
Yeah, I really can't. I have, full confidence in the team to be able to take this forward. If I didn't, I wouldn't leave. So I think that, they've got the ability, they've got the talent, they've got the passion. That's one thing that I guess many shareholders don't see, is the people sort of that, grinding away at the coalface, and the amazing work they do, and the passion they bring to this. From all of them, it's more than just a job. It really is the amount of effort they put into, making this, and it's because they can see what's there. They see the potential of Zantrene. They know that the impact this will have on so many people, and they want to see that, come through.
Absolutely.
So I totally agree. The Race team is outstanding and all very driven behind the purpose of getting Zantrene, onto market. And I would just, since I have the floor for a minute, might also just mention that, the spectacular work that Daniel's done around just engaging with shareholders and being available to shareholders so openly and transparently, which I think is, has been a real, an amazing thing, not always easy to come by. So with my investor relations hat on, I thank you for that as well, Dr. Tillett.
Jane, you make a fair point. I mean, it's not easy, with the governance that sits across biotech and also pharma. It's challenging to have those interactions. I think Daniel's done a good job of that. You probably, through just general social and connections to the investors, he's built and engaged, the supporters of Race, and has done that extremely well, and really walked an appropriate line to be able to, share and educate and raise awareness, around the unmet need, but also the opportunities we have. So, I'm sure moving forward that probably isn't going to change, and that's a good thing actually in my life. So there's ways that we will continue to highlight the benefits of this program.
Great. Okay, so just another one for you, Damian. The announcement obviously talks about, well, not obviously, but talks about the fact that Professor Tim Hammond is coming on as interim CSO to help with transition, and that Daniel's sort of committed to working with the team through to June. What do you see the next steps as being in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, it's great to have Professor Tim Hammond come and join us. I mean, to be honest, that was, somewhat established already by Daniel and Phil prior when we brought our current ad interim CMO on, AJ. And through that team and that collaboration, the work that we've been doing over the last 4 or 5 months, we've been able to connect with Tim. So he's got a good background in the company, and also some of our areas of focus, both preclinical and clinical development. Tim's got 35 years plus experience, in drug discovery, in drug development. He was with AstraZeneca for a significant period at that time. I'm confident to have him now step up to be able to help us move through this next stage. To be honest, it's never easy through a transition. Daniel, will be missed in terms of that direct position with the team, but the outreach from the team and probably also from Tim with Daniel over this transition period will be important and obviously supported by Daniel. But I see some of this as a really nice evolution and progression to where we're now going and where the company needs to go. Stepping up into that commercialization process, we will start to build on the team that Daniel's already put together, and then really optimize how we go forward to build and get out and talk for those potential partners and or licensing agreements that we might have coming in the future.
Thank you. Okay, so one for Damian again. So what do you feel is important for shareholders to take away from today's announcement?
I think personally, it's sad for sure. Daniel helped me transition into this role. He gave me a lot of perspective in terms of the history around race and also Zantrene. And he has also built this amazing team that we've talked about before. In saying that in itself is a great legacy. And that gives us an amazing platform to evolve the company and move forward with this product with so many opportunities. So I'm extremely confident nothing's going to change on a day-to-day basis, and we are just going to get better and better. And there'll be plenty of things that we'll be sharing with the investors, over the coming months. They'll see the work that's going on in the background and the relationships that, obviously Daniel and Phil started to develop, and that now hopefully I've been able to enhance, and we will enhance with, new team members as we move forward. We've got some really cool areas of science to prosecute, and hopefully some patient lives to impact. So yeah, there's lots to happen. I think they need to be confident. Being involved in race is a great opportunity.
Thank you. Okay, so perhaps a final opportunity for you, Daniel, in this video piece anyway, to sort of share by way of final comments for shareholders. Closing comments, I should say.
Yeah, I would like to thank all the shareholders for their support over the years. We've been blessed with a group of shareholders that are so passionate about what we're trying to do, that are so supportive. And without their support, none of this would have been possible. They really, as far as I'm concerned, they're part of the team that's actually made this happen. And everyone that's invested in Race has made a commitment to wanting to see Zantrene back on the market. So without the shareholders, we have nothing. Doesn't matter what plans we put together or what we do. Without shareholder support, we have nothing. So I guess probably the only thing is I wish I'd met more of the shareholders. Probably met, I don't know, maybe a couple of thousand over the years, but I wish I'd been able to meet them all. Yeah, I wish I'd been able to meet them all. I've had so many great conversations with so many people, and so many insightful thoughts from people. So many times they've tracked down a paper before I've had the opportunity. It's like only been out for a couple of hours, and suddenly they've found it and sent it to me. they don't let me sort of do any of that sort of research myself. So it's
an extended team.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that I think that's something that I'm really quite sort of proud of, is the passion that I've been able to bring to that. And really, I think any company would love to have the shareholders that we have, and have so many supporters out there. So I hope that continues. I remain very supportive of what Race is trying to do, and I'll be doing everything I can to see them succeed. And I hope my fellow shareholders feel the same.
And see that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, as a major shareholder, I expect that we'll see you, and I dearly hope that we'll see you at future briefings and things, and hopefully you can get around to meeting the remaining several thousand shareholders. And,
as long as they don't all turn up to the AGM. So
yeah,
I'm preparing to answer all Daniel's questions.
Yeah.
right, with the Hawaiian Shirt Brigade. Yeah. Well, thanks from me to you as well. This is kind of this is not goodbye, obviously.
No. Yeah, it's
Absolutely not.
Yeah, we'll it's not the end. People can continue to reach out to me, shareholders, if they wish. I'm not going anywhere in that sense. So I'll be around. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. And equally for any shareholders that want to reach out, to Damian or me or any other members of the board, feel free to do so via so info@raceoncology.com is probably the easiest way if you're looking for an email address. And
or on the website, there's a contact form on the website too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So otherwise, look forward to keeping shareholders as always across progress. And thanks to both of you very much for making time to do this really important video today.
No, it's a pleasure.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
Thanks, Damien.
Cheers. Thanks, John.